Hi viewers, in this video we are going to see about Python data types. So data types, they are categorization of different data items. So this will tell that what kind of operation we can perform on a particular data. So in Python programming, the data types are nothing but classes, and the variables or the instances of this classes. So there are many standard or built-in data types in Python. Uh, Numerical data type, it includes integer, complex number and float values, and then dictionary data type, that is key and values, and then boolean data type is true or false, and then set data type, and then sequence data type, it includes strings, list, tuple. When we use sequential values, we go for this string, list and tuple data types. So let's go quickly uh, to see how we declare these data types. So first one is under numerical data types, we have integer data type, float data type and complex data type. So here you see in the code part, here I have declared a variable, integer variable int underscore num is equal to 5. And then to display the to find the type of this variable, I'm using the type of function, type of the variable int underscore num1. So this belongs to class integer. Next, I'm declaring a float variable, float underscore num2 is equal to 2.0. Anything with the decimal value is called a float data type. So here I am printing the calling the type of function to find the data type of the float underscore num2 variable. So here class float is displayed in the console. Next, same way I am declaring a complex variable, and then I am finding the displaying the type of the complex variable. Next, simple integer operations are shown here. So I have declared two variables here, a is equal to 7, b is equal to 2. So automatically the interpreter assigns a as a is declared as a integer data type, b is declared as another integer data type, and I have performed addition. Just a plus b gives the sum of a plus b, and then a minus b. This symbol is used to find the subtraction, and then a star b gives the multiplication, and then a for division, a divided by b, and to find the power, a power b, we are using a star star b. So these are simple integer operations performed on these two integer variables. So the code is given here, the output is printed here. Okay, so a is 7, b is 2, 7 raised to the power is 49. So power of a and b is 49. Next, here we see string data type. So here how to declare a string data type? We can use single quote or we can use double quote to declare a string, or this triple quote, okay, to declare a string variable. And then if I have multiple lines, if I want to include multiple lines, I'm going to use triple quotes. So my underscore string 4 is equal to, inside the triple quotes we are giving we have given the multiple sentences. Okay, so the output is shown here. So simple string operations. Here I have declared string 1 is equal to I am studying inside double quotes, and then string 2 is equal to MBA. So I am going to perform concatenation. To perform concatenation of two strings, I am going to use a plus symbol. So this string 1 and string 2 are combined, and then it is stored inside new underscore string. And then so this new underscore string here, if you see after string concatenation, the string 1 and string 2 are concatenated, and I am studying MBA is displayed. And then next is extracting substring. So here I am accessing the substring from this new underscore string. We know the new underscore string is I am studying MBA. So I am going to access this studying, the string studying. So it starts from the string, I is in the place new string of 0, then new string of 1, new string of 2, new string of 3. The space is in the place new string of 3. So yes, the studying starts from new string of 4. So I am going to write new underscore string of 4:12. So from the fourth place, from 4 to 12, the word studying is extracted. So extracting, the extracted substring is studying. Okay, this is displayed here. And I have given another example. I have declared two strings, greet and name. So greet is hello, comma, name is Jack. So again I have used the concatenation operator on the string variable, and then the concatenated string variables are stored in result. So my result is hello, comma, Jack. So I am going to extract the substring using the location. So result of 0 H is there, result of 1 E is there, result of 2, 3, 4, 5. So J starts from result of 6. Okay, so result of 6:12 gives Jack. So Jack substring is extracted. Okay, then list and tuple data type. So here the difference between the list and tuple is shown here. The syntax is the list is declared using a square bracket and tuple using a parenthesis. So here I have given an example. How do you declare a list? My underscore list. This is some variable name for the list, equals, inside square brackets you are going to give the list values. Same way, give some tuple name. Here my underscore tuple is the name, equals, inside parenthesis you are going to give the tuple data items. So mutability, you can, what is mutability? You can change your list, okay, after creating. But whereas tuple, you can't change your tuple after once you have created the tuple. So since what are the methods you have in the list? Since it is mutable, there are many functions, built-in methods to, on your list. Append, extend, and then you can remove some items from your list, pop some items from your list, and then, but in tuple you have only very less methods. So list, obviously the performance will be slower because it is we are able to change due to the mutability. Tuple, it is faster. So use case where list is used when your data collection need to be modified frequently or it is dynamically sized. Whereas the tuple, when the data collection is fixed and you need not need more modification, you can use the tuple. So here is a program coding for list and tuple. So I have created a simple list. I have created a list where the list name is list underscore languages equal to, so inside square brackets I have given 3 strings. So string should be given inside double quotes and list should be declared inside square bracket. So here I am just displaying the item 1 in the list is how to access the item 1 in the list underscore languages of 0. How to access item 2 list underscore languages of 2. If you want to access the item 1, that is Java, you have to give list underscore languages of 1. So this is printed here. The output is shown here. For the first print statement, it displays the list underscore languages of 0, nothing but R programming. And then for the second item, for the third item in the list, it is stored in list underscore languages of 2. Okay, it starts from 0, 1, 2. So this Python is displayed here. So next, how to declare a tuple data type. So here I have given the tuple name as fruits underscore tuple. So inside parenthesis, inside double quotes, you are going to give the names, the string values. So this is a tuple declaration. So here next I have printed the this tuple, print of fruits underscore tuple. The tuple is the whole tuple is printed, and then I am going to access the first item by specifying fruits underscore tuple of 0 gives apple. Fruits underscore tuple of 1 gives banana. Okay, this is the output. So next is the set and dictionary data type. Since they are like more or less similar, I am differentiating it in a table. Okay. So the syntax for set is use a flower brackets. Dictionary use a flower brackets. Inside that give key value pairs. And then declaration. The set name is my underscore set is equal to 1, 2, 3. So inside the flower brackets I have given the data values, and then for dictionary I have given key values. Okay, this you should mention your first key name here, the value corresponding value, and the key and it goes on. Okay, so here the ordering is its set is unordered, whereas dictionary is ordered. So access method is dictionary. You're going to access your values using the key. Okay, example, if for this particular dictionary the variable the name is my underscore dict of, if you're giving the key 1, then the value 1 is returned. Okay, then the set is immutable, you can't change it, and dictionary it is mutable. So the use case of set is when you need an unordered elements, collection of elements, you can use this. Okay, and when you want to use values associated with keys, you can use this dictionary. So how to declare a set? First, we are seeing a set. Student underscore ID is a set. Inside flower brackets, you are going to give the set items, and this is a set. Okay, so here I am displaying the set print of student underscore ID. The set is displayed. And then see, already we saw to find the data type of a variable, we are supposed to call the type of function. So type of student ID gives the class set. Since this student ID is declared as a set, okay, set data type. Next, I am declaring a dictionary capital underscore city is equal to, inside the flower brackets I am going to give a key colon value. So here see, first I am printing the I want to access the value with the key Nepal. So what is the syntax? Capital underscore city is the dictionary name, okay, dictionary variable of key is Nepal. So when I pass the Nepal key inside, the related value Kathmandu is displayed. Okay, then I am passing the key Italy inside this dictionary, capital underscore city of Italy. So the value Rome is written here. So Kathmandu and Rome are values are displayed in the console for the corresponding keys Nepal and Italy. See, next when I am trying to access this Kathmandu, that is nothing but the key value, it will give a error message. Since this is not a key, it is a value, we can't access it using the value. Thank you, viewers. So for other next topic and advanced topics, please check the links in the description. Thank you for watching.